everybody. Hi, we love you. Hi. Welcome to the Early Morning Ascension Show. Today we are going to do a really quick video. We're going to do a weekend tarot and oracle, and we're going to do a quick little video because I know so many have gone through many phases and stages of their ascension, and understanding we've had all of our videos talk about the same core foundational human evolutionary tips, wellness and health care topics and themes, and then we talk about a channeled information, and then we bring it to how we are evolving within ourselves, micro, macro, and the collective, because we always come within a sacred trinity, who we are within our higher self and our soul experience, and all of the oversouls that belong to that experience of who we are as a spirit, our collective experience of why we're here to assist the collective in healing and returning our energy in that collective service, and then our Gaia experience, which again is the sacred trinity of everything that we're connected with in the oversoul families and those that we belong with as the galactic and the universal and omnipresent. So there's always those threadings of micro macro. So in our offerings of ascension, we always bring those forward so that you understand and begin to receive yourself as the omnipresent being of the Christ and God and spirit, however you choose to honor yourself as the creator of all that is. The micro macro of you being the commander and the light ship experience of you as light, the vessel of you, the ship of you, that is constant oscillating in the omnipresent as your creatorhood. And there's many things that we're now discovering and remembering from our higher vibrational experiences of healing and activating and entraining higher vibrational experiences. We will not be in 5D as we were in 3D, because we must behave in different ways. We must see and evolve into our value systems that are aligned with 5D, which means that what used to be satisfying us and fulfilling us in 3D is no longer fulfilling us, because they were based on outdated systems of fear, control, egocentricity, so many programs of ourselves seeking outside of ourselves to fulfill the wounds that we're now healing within. We must heal the wounds. There's nobody that will get away from it. There's nobody that will escape that journey, and nobody wants to, because it's such a rich experience, and that's how you create the experience of who you are with Source. By doing the inner seeking, returning all energy and consciousness back to you, understanding how you give your power away, why you give your power away, how the subtleties throughout our entire social collective, micro, macro, your unique awakening, your unique ascension and evolution, your illumination of you, your enlightenment of you, your self-actualization of you as spirit, you are spirit creating matter. And in that, you create and ripple out to the omnipresent that is our collective, that is the Gaia, that is the reality that refers back to you, and receives all that you're meant to receive in that honoring of your oneness with creation, your spirit creating matter. Are you aware of it? Are you in the relationship of that? And so today, with our full moon energy, new moon energy, we're going to talk about the Cancer new moon energies. We're all about returning the understanding of who you are in the relationship of you. What does that mean? And how can you bring harmonization through your daily self-care? Remember, understanding your ascension cycle. And they showed me yesterday that in the ascension cycles, and we're offering hydromancy activations and coaching, and they've given me some really great ideas on how to even further enhance those experiences within the moon cycles. And so we're going to be using that for further activation of deep cellular trauma, those that have been under prolonged experiences of various sexual, mental, emotional abuse, energies and relationships of narcissism, dysfunctional family circles and energies, which are all being lifted up and brought to the surface, because the experience of suppression and slavery, control, fear, limitation, obligation, conformity, all of those are restrictive on the spirit, and they cause great de-evolution of the wholeness of who we are as multidimensional beings. And it really suppresses how you have activation of your control over who you are as spirit, your evolution of, slowing down the aging process, if you will, healing illnesses and diseases within your body, because it's all about the vibration that you hold of yourself and your commandmentship of it. You have absolute control of all that you are as a consciousness. And there is no outside being, no outside force, regardless of what others might want to project to you, or keep you locked and cradled in, there is nothing that can hold you back and block you from who you are as Source and what Source has in your destiny plan for you. And Source in the heavens and all of the beings that are with Source and all of creation will assist you in your purity of your alignment, in honoring and matching that vibration of your own destiny and your own fate. Because remember, each and every one of us as a soul come with our own unique gifts and skills and wisdoms. However, we must move through all of the vibrational threads and all of the vibrational experiences so that we understand why we choose what we choose, why we do what we do, so that we're healing those traumas and wounds, so that we then realign through our reflection and then refinement of who we are, so that we're no longer choosing from the ego to create win-lose situations or getting things over others or blaming others or shaming others, whatever those lower vibrational energies are on why we behave in the way that we do, because it always goes back to serve the lack of self and the lack of wholeness that we all go through and we all feel. So it's understanding to heal those stories of why any shadow energy that comes up, it's called shadow energy, they're just emotions that we all have. It doesn't have to be any more than that because they're all connected to wounds. They're all connected to ideologies and stories that do not serve us, from dogma, social systems, lineage, however it comes from, those stories, the vibrational stories that you've come within. We all have them, we all carry them. And it's up to each and every one of us as the emotions come forward, especially as you're becoming more awake to your intuitive and your psychic gifts. Your multidimensionality is what's called by living as a soul. We've talked about it in many of our videos that you can go back to. When you become living as a soul, you'll know that when you have your ascension cycle and you're going through a release, you'll have an intensification of what's going on in your now reality. It might be that you have a best friend that's moving away from you, or somebody in your family is moving away from you. You have great fear and you have dark dreams about it. And you're getting activated and being triggered about that fear of loss, or that fear of the unknown for that person, or you have a codependency connection with that person. So really intensification energies will come forward, which will make you want to react out of ego, controlling the situation, trying to manage it and trying to make them not go. All of those experiences are just the intensification of another timeline that you're now awake to, but it's being triggered by a now reality experience. So then all you require yourself to do is just understand that you're a multidimensional being. So we're going to give you tips today on how to easily align in higher vibration so that you don't have to be succumbed and you don't have to be washed and swallowed by any emotions of intensity. Just allow them to be, acknowledge them and honor them, because those are your greatest masterful guardianship to your higher strength, your inner empowerment that can only come, your empowerment can only come when you allow yourself to move through the minutiae of your own soul's journey. That's it. You can't gain empowerment from any other win outside of you. You cannot gain empowerment through that. You just can't. You gain it through by returning to within and say, I handled that really well. I worked around this. I remastered that. I renegotiated that. You're living as the soul constantly in harmonization of ever grander experiences and relationships with you. Because you're now relating to those parts of you that were wounded. So you're calling in that relation. You say, I wasn't there for you. I should have maybe done this, this, and this. When you're talking it out with your teams and doing that daily self-care and doing your journaling, recognizing the belief, recognizing the wound, recognizing the story that was held within and what influences were in that story, so that you can recognize, well, maybe I'm going to release some of those influences, because those influences are just dragging the energy into more of those experiences. So doing your daily reflections and your self-care really are important, because that's how you gain your empowerment. To say, well, I recognize that. So the next time that I have a release, which is going to come probably around this time next month, or maybe in another 2 weeks, because we are accelerating. So instead of it being a monthly cycle, it's going to be on a bi-weekly cycle. And for those of you that are just awakened, you're probably on a really fast track. So you're going to be releasing a lot and everything's going to trigger you. So just be okay with it. Because we're meant to shake up everything that we're experiencing in all of our routines, because it's based on systems that don't serve the spirit that wants to flow. And so just understand that when you have those really, really intensifications, and they can also come in any way that you are in a human now in your body. It can be with, if you have a partner or a loved one, and you're calling in that soul fragment from another timeline, from another lifetime, from another earth lifetime, from another planetary lifetime, because we're all healing the planetary soul themes on control, oppression, corruption, suppression of who you are as spirit, double standards, all of those energies that are fearful, limiting, and of control. That is what our collective is healing. to return to oneness. The purity of the sovereignty of who we are as spirit is self-governing, self-direction, self-guidance, self-love, self-care, and that is how you create your own self-direction and self-empowerment. That is the only way for you to know that you can navigate it all and still come out in love with you. And be okay having to let those influences go that are absolutely continuing those stories and want you to stay threaded in those, because you have absolute directorship of who you are, and you can say, no, I'm stepping out that stair, out the merry-go-round. I don't want to be in that story anymore. It's not nourishing me. So always return back to yourself when you're creating these reflections of who you are in your environment and your relationship with your environment, your relationship with you now, because it's a new you, the relationship of the stories you've been within, and journal them out. Get intimate with it so that it never holds any power over you. It might be an addiction, might be something that a falling out you had with a friend, whatever, any of those energies that come up to trigger you and you have great intensity about, you have great anger or frustration about. It's not the experience. It's about the wound that's held within it that doesn't even belong to this timeline. It's just triggering you right now for you to look at and say, you still have fears there. Let it go. Everything's fine. Everything's safe. That's when you have to return back to center and say, this was the fear I was dealing with. It's about lack of control of the situation. Why do I need control? Why would I want to control it? Why would I want to suppress anybody to be in one state or one place? They're meant to be free and sovereign, just like me. So then you talk yourself through it, because you're creating a new relationship with yourself, your emotional body with yourself, your mental body with yourself, your vibrational fields with yourself. You're calling in the highest light to bathe and cleanse and clarify your aura because of those fears now being released. And you'll feel them in your lower chakras. You can call in light. We're going to call in some light. We're going to re-clarify who we are now, because we're understanding that we have the potential to just feel better. So just claim for yourself, I choose to feel better. This is one of my tips on how I choose to feel better. And give yourself a really quick list. Make a list of 5 for those of you that have families and children, and they're working through various types of resiliency experiences where they're finding it hard to be in their bodies. If they're high vibrational kids, any children that have been through self-harm or addictions, make yourself a really quick list of 5 things that you can do to raise your vibration. And one of them is just allowing yourself to breathe and call source back in. I call back all my consciousness. I call in all of my light. I call in all of my power through breath and intention, and I am light. My epicenter is light, and I return all my energy and my love back to me through the highest vibration of breath. For my intention is source, my intention is source, and I love who I am, I love who I am. And just place your hand on your divine sacred heart right in the center of your body, and have your palm is another heart chakra. And just have your intention on your solar plexus, your I am presence. My I am presence I call forward. The soul of all that I am, the higher self of all that I am, and I'm activating higher vibrational energies, and I'm affirming to myself that I'm worthy of feeling good. I really am worthy of feeling good. And now that I can recognize my ascension cycle, and I've been creating greater care for myself, and I'm going to choose to let go of those times where I don't create daily self-care, because I really feel when I'm not feeling well, and I'm not feeling in alignment, and I'm not feeling in direction of who I am and in guidance of who I am. I'm letting other people's stories waft me and wail me around. I want to feel empowered and I'm really inspired to be who I am. And I want people to know that when I speak my truth of spirit, that it's actually that spiritual truth for me. And I won't second guess myself, because my intuitive body is pure and divine. My intuitive sensing and my teams and my guides are constantly guiding me and protecting me and honoring me and leaving me these little gifts along my path to celebrate me every time that I feel dark and dense or heavy, or I'm taking on other people's energies. I just clarify with breath, and I release all energies and entities and any cords and any experiences that are in my fields and my bodies that are not belonging to me. I send them back now, please, into the creatorhood, so that they can be refined and transmuted into higher vibrational light. I bathe and cleanse my physical body. I bathe and cleanse my emotional and my spiritual body, and I'm being bathed with the highest level of rainbow light through the Holy Christ. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, and bathe and bathe and bathe, so that you see the rainbow colors being bathed in you, repairing and replenishing your aura, repairing and replenishing your chakras. Call it in. And intend, I am a rainbow color. I papakai na 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 ataki shai na na makataki ya. Yes, I am a makataki. Yes, I na na kataka. And I give myself the ability to make sounds and song, and I move my body in ways that is unique because I'm in training myself to become 5D. And that means I get to have fun, and I get to play, and I get to give myself permission to play because I'm no longer who I was a minute ago. My vibration is different because I get to choose pure heart, pure mind, pure spirit, pure body and soul. I am harmonized as love. Divine masculine, divine feminine, I am one. I am the sacred child, and I choose to give myself permission. And there was the relationship of who I am. I am a sacred child, and I'm meant to have fun. I am meant to be of joy. I am meant to feel good. I am meant to breathe and make sure that there's light coming in my body, and I'm nourishing me. No, I'm not waiting for people to nourish me. I'm not waiting for anybody to come around and validate me. I'm not waiting for anybody to say they're going to claim me, put a ring on it. No, I give that to myself first because that's who I am, because I can. I don't need anyone to claim me. I'm sovereign. I claim myself and I choose me, and I call in love. And I'm worthy of the highest vibrational friendships. I'm worthy of the highest vibrational potentials. I'm worthy of the highest vibrational vocations and service and jobs because I am a master in my healing. I'm a master in my leadership. I'm a master as a teacher. And I absolutely awaken all of my gifts as I allow myself to be free in the flow of source. And breath inspires greater light. My commandmentship as my voice and my spiritual truth inspires greater light, and I'm in alignment with the commandmentship of who I am. I get to choose. No matter what unfolds, I can navigate it. As I return to center, breathe and call in presence. And I call in my teams and my guides. What is the highest frequency, and what is it that I need to know and see and do in this experience for the greatest good? So that it is a choice from spirit. Is it a choice from my relationship with spirit as spirit? Because I choose. My relationship with spirit is above all and foremost the most important experience in my life because it constantly realigns me to my highest path. Living as spirit allows me to be my highest and my best in all moments so that I can garner tips, things that work for me, and I can leave my little lists all over the house that no matter where I am, no matter what I'm feeling, put it on your phone, put it on your iPad, and you have 5 things to quickly align to greater acceleration in the oscillation of the cells. And you can reach up. Simple little reaching, your back is straight, your core is tight. I am light, I am love, and I move my body with fluidity and ease. I am light, I am love, I move my body with fluidity and ease. I am light, I am love, I move my body with fluidity and ease. And I am light, and I am light, and I love my body, and my body loves me. I am light, I am light, and I love my body, and my body loves me. I feel good, I feel great, and it just takes a few moments to feel good again, and I'm aligned, I'm aligned. I get to move my body, and my body is love. I'm aligned, I'm aligned. And ground. Gaia wants to feel, and she wants to nourish you, and just call upon Gaia, call breath. Thank you Gaia for being a part of my healing. Thank you Gaia, call up Gaia. That's another tip. Go and sit with Gaia and call Gaia up. Feel the energy through your root, through your root. So we have breath, intention, affirmations. Make yourself a quick list. Realign to center. Sit with Gaia. Call up Gaia through your root, through your sacral. Through breath and intention, I'm one with Gaia and my elements of all that I am as the beautiful energy of matter. Spirit is realigning me. Thank you. We're calling down the bathing of the highest creators, the healing teams, Mother Mary, and all of the Christ consciousness to bathe me with holy light. And I'm being bathed and purified and clarified with the energies of light and all of the angels that work with me and walk with me because I can. So you're going to call in the angels and have them bathe you throughout your day with the highest, purest white diamond light, releasing any cords and attachments that do not serve you, helping you identify through your reflection, through your refinement, what is in your environment, what do you have a relationship with your environment that needs to be transformed and transmuted, so that as you step away from such things that lower your vibration or challenge you in your spiritual truth of expression, then you're actually giving yourself the opportunity to say, is this really nourishing, and how much should I invest? How much of my investment am I getting back in return, and is it of equal kind? Right? Is the level of love I give being returned? Is the level of care that I give out, is it being returned? And then you have those moment for moment minutiae where your team's going to say, okay, you've been doing the work. You've been really doing the work. And now we're going to bless you with this beautiful experience. And you're going to be ready for this experience because you have been doing the work. You've been putting yourself out. You've been raising your vibration. Every time you fall down, you're going to get back up and say, okay, What did I learn from that? What energy did I take on that wasn't mine? What in that experience was mine? And just wait for a response. Letting yourself off the hook. It's not your responsibility to carry others' burdens. It's not your responsibility to make others be healed. You can't heal all the wounds of the world. You can't take away all the traumas and all the pain and all the destruction. There will always be a level of destruction throughout creation, because there must be that destruction energy, that catalytic energy to say, okay, who do I want to refine and reflect myself as now? What do I want to choose to direct myself in? That's how we harmonize into the greater energies of who we are. Through chaos, there must become order. And we must reflect on it and then refine ourselves. What do I choose to be now? And don't allow anything to make you feel less or make you stay down. You give yourself the opportunity to say, okay, wow, I was leveled there for a minute, and I'm going to give myself permission to process it. I'm going to process the emotion of pain, disappointment, sadness. And just process it, And you might have those really, really big ones, in great loss. And if you've had betrayals or anything like that, just go through, just lift up your knees, and just breathe softly. Remember to keep your core nice and straight, and just release. And you're releasing that breath, because there's deep cellular trauma that's held within the chakra systems and the tissues, and those wounds need to be released. And just release it. Just say, I give myself permission to release any energies that are connected with this betrayal. Just saying that makes me clear my throat. All of those in my lifetime experiences that I've had betrayals, and there's been no communication on it, there's been no closure on it, there's been no discussion, there's been no releasing of those energies. And now speak it. Those energies of betrayals that I've had in my past timelines and this timelines, I'm no longer going to have them suppressed in my experience. I'm going to call them forward from my chakra systems and my bodies, because I deserve to be free of them. And I surrender them to source. I surrender all energies of betrayal. I surrender all sadness and disappointment of betrayal. I surrender all fear and anger of betrayal, because I get to stand and face anything. And it will never be in stance of resistance or anger. It will be met with equal love, and it will be the flow of love, of forgiveness and compassion, because you deserve that. No matter what was ever done on this catalytic vibration of chaos, you can choose to refine it. You can choose to create a new relationship with it, because it's all you. You can choose to forgive it and then redirect. And then release, give yourself permission to release and let yourself off the hook. I no longer want to carry these energies of betrayal. I no longer want to carry anybody else's burdens and energies of having struggles and suffering. They're not mine to carry, and I release them to source now. Now, 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 now. And give yourself that certainty. I get to choose to release this, because it will no longer stay stagnant, and I will no longer be stagnant. I will no longer be held down. I will not be made small because of energies that are now ready to be transmuted through my acceptance, through my acknowledgement, through my allowance to refine who I am. Because I get to, and I will never be held down. Not by anyone, not by no one, not by no system. I am pure, fluid light, because I know truth. And Spirit will show me everything before me that is not truth. And then you work through the emotional energies of what's happening and navigating. So you got this, you got this, you got this. You're moving in, you're navigating. That's how you gain your mastery, because you absolutely know anything you've gone through, you're going to be helping so many on your path. You don't go through what you don't go through for any reason other than to activate your gifts, your skills, and your wisdoms. And remember that as you work through these experiences and you're gaining that self-care and you're gaining that self-love and you're creating that little list of how you can manage and navigate upper, higher vibrations to oscillate really quickly throughout your day, because we are in training our bodies to create and contain, sustain, and maintain higher vibrational light, which means you got to get used to letting go of the density really quickly, because we are oscillating faster. We're going to be compressed so much so, this is why so many people feel the anxiety, and those are those other timelines that are getting activated, because we're getting compressed until we get into that no time zone, through which we just live as the now. And so that's why it feels the way it does sometimes. But you do have really quick ways that you can increase your energy, go for walks, create affirmations as you power walk, releasing the energy, releasing the energy, releasing the energy. You're one with your body, you're one with your body. You only carry love, you only carry light. And then create the breath. Oh, I feel really good now. I'm harmonized. Body, mind, heart, spirit, and soul. I know who I am. I absolutely know who I am. I am in commandmentship of all that I am, because I care. I care about me. I care about the relationship with me. And no other thing takes precedent for it. Because if I'm taking care of me and I'm in guidance of my higher self, everybody else will be in the highest path. And I had somebody ask me yesterday, they were saying, well, how do you explain to others when they don't? They're seeing through the veil like this, because they're not quite awake yet, and there's so much density they have to clear. When you're telling them in equal measure that when you're following your highest path and your guides and your teams, and God is telling you that this is your plan, you've got a couple of steps here, here, and here to do, but the people that are not yet awake just can't understand what you're talking about, because they have no relationship with God. They don't have relationship with spirit. They do not look for their guidance within. They don't see anything outside of themselves. They don't see God around you. So they're saying, well, how can you be directed? And aren't you leaving others kind of in the lurch? Because you're following something that on the conformity and on the social norm has no bearing to what the 5D is. 5D or not, when you follow spirit and you know you're aligned with spirit, spirit will always, 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 as we said in every one of our shows, when you are aligned with spirit, you are absolutely being aligned for the highest and the best for all parties involved. So those that are not yet awakened and those that are not yet in alignment of taking their guidance from within, they will question you and they will challenge you on every aspect of it and every angle of it, because they're still living from conformity. They're still living from some outside body telling them what to do, because that's conformity. Give your power away to an outside source, and that tells you who you are. It tells you how important you are. That tells you how needed you are, what's your status, and all those things that the outside energy does. It's not needed. All those systems are breaking up. You got to go within. You just gotta. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. You can't get from here to here without going within to know who you are as spirit and be guided from within. Because your highest guidance with your spirit team, absolutely make no mistake about it. I've had infinite number of discussions with my teams and my children and everybody that I'm encircled with. When you are in alignment and you are making the highest choice for you, everyone else in that party is served, because they are needing you to make that choice so that they can then make their choice and see what can be. Not to be held back in conformity with everybody else in conformity. If you do not break out of that merry-go-round, if you do not break out of that cycle, they cannot see what can be. So you are that code breaker. You are that one that says, no, there's other ways that we can live. We have to start aligning ourselves with 5/5 dimensional, which is the infinite. Anything's possible. You don't have to have a routine. You never do. You don't. When you align to no time, you're going to have different sleep cycles. So who says you have to sleep at a certain time? No, you sleep when your body wants to sleep, and you get up and create when you want to create. That's why many light workers, we wake up at 3 in the morning, because that's the highest creative time. We're going to have different sleep cycles. There's going to be no routine anymore. There's going to be when are you're in your highest creativity, and then give yourself time to reflect and sit and be nourished with source and spirit, with Gaia. So there's going to be different ways that we're co-creating in this new high vibrational experience. But it's first of all, understanding who you are. What is your relationship with you in spirit in all things? Your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, those in the environment around you. What's that relationship like? Are you being receiving? Are you getting the same investment? Are you getting the same return? Are you getting the same loyalty? Are you getting the same love and affection and care and support and empowerment and truth and honesty and integrity? All those things that matter to you, because that is who you are as a value system. That is your value system. Nothing outside of you. So that as you're building the new story of you, you're rewriting the story of you, anything that's coming on the outside of you to challenge you in those ways. What do you mean? There's God telling you what to do and guiding you. And well, it's just my guidance system. My guidance system tells me where to go and what to do. I just follow it. Just as if you're going into the fridge and your system will tell you what to pick and pull through, what your body needs. You have an intuitive system, and it's genius. It will tell you and show you what to do. As long as you're tuned into it and listening to it, your spirit will guide you to greater health. Your spirit will tell you how to create youth, how to stop aging. Your body knows. Your body's so smart. You just got to entrain it. You just got to direct it. You got to be the driver of this beautiful experience that you are. You got to harmonize it with source. That's when magic occurs. That's when you're creating something out of nothing over and over and over and over again. And people sitting there go, how do they do that? How does she keep coming up with those ideas? It's called spirit. You're in alignment with spirit. It has nothing to do with outside of you. Spirit will say, this is your excitement. You're excited. I'm really excited to create this spirit. Please show me an inspiration. Please show me an inspiration. And you are aligned with spirit. And spirit says, there you go. That's for you. There's an infinite number of people on this planet, and they're all being popped ideas when they're ready to roll it out. That's why it's important. You got to work through those stories. You got to know how to benevolently work with energy. So you're not using your will over another's. You're not using forcible energy to make any outcome. No, you just understand the natural laws of energy. There's no need to control. There's no need to worry about those concepts of fear and control. You don't need to. It's just a matter of you living in the excitement of you, and source will give it to you. You'll come up with an idea, another one, and then it'll build on it, because source knows what's needed for the collective. Your higher self, the one that is threaded when you're making those crazy choices to move in certain directions and everyone else is saying, no, you can't do that. When you do that, spirit absolutely is connected with the higher selves of everybody you're in circle with. And the higher self says, you really need to make that choice because these people are still stuck on this merry-go-round. Unless you go, they can't get activated. You got to go. You got to go, go. Go, 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 go. And so too with anybody else in the circle, because they're going to wake up and say, oh yeah, all right, I'm going to do this now. And then this person goes and this person goes. And that's how the cogs of the wheel keep going. There's no more stuckness, no more stagnancy. Every person is responsible for their own light. Every person is responsible for their own shadow, energy, clearing, and healing. Get the schedule, get your journaling, and start taking commandmentship of it. Don't be afraid of it. Call it up and face it equally with love. I love myself so much because I have a new relationship with myself now. I love who I am as physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and anything that comes up that's super, super intense. I can say, okay, all right, Spirit, what did that show me? That was super intense. I'm not sure I like that. What am I clearing here? What's going on? And I'll just say, it's just connected with another timeline. Let it go. What in your life right now is showing you a fear of letting go, a fear of self-reliance, a fear of death, a fear of losing your children, a fear of your partner running away, whatever it might be that you're going through, because those are the experiences that happen on other timelines where you were left really scarred. And they're just all quantum. It's quantum packets of energy that's in your field that you just got to clear. There are also things that you've seen others do that you're clearing for your parents. So if your parent had a trauma, your parent had abuse, you're also clearing those things and why you get triggered in the way that you do and why they're so intense sometimes. So honor it. So love it. Love the experience. Really get used to loving and creating great care for you and love the experience. Love the journey, because that journey is how you create that beautiful, rich in spirit relationship with you. You want to feel your body differently. You want to feel who you are differently. You want to really soak in all that is God, all that is spirit. The spirit will celebrate you every step of the way. Make no mistake about it. Every time you get up when people think you down, get up. You can do it. You have your cry and you hold yourself. I'm going to get through this. I don't know how, but I'm just going to get through it. All I just need to know is that I will return to light. And I will continue to bathe and I will continue to pray in light. I know that the angels are with me. I know my guides are with me, and I will just to continue to walk in light and absolutely know that within this creatorhood, within all that I am as this offering of benevolent leader and healer and teacher to all dimensions, that I'm activating my soul self, and there will be absolute global experiences and people of great magnitude that will want to work with me and help create beautiful humanitarian experiences with me because they understand the vibration I offer. And I will heal by name. And nothing and no one will ever stop me. I will continue to get up and I will continue to shed light. I will continue to share light. I will continue to bathe in light. I will continue to shine, as the Holy Mother showed me one time. When I asked, what is my purpose here? And she just gently and so lovingly and with great confidence, you're here as a vessel of light, just shine. It doesn't need to be a big, long, drawn out eventuation of mission or destiny. Just shine. Show people that no matter what, you get up and you just shine. They need that from you. You're a divine feminine. You're a goddess. You have great wisdoms. You have great talents. And there will be those that will come knocking on your door tenfold that will want to work with you because your passion and your energy and your vibration is truth. That's what's being broken down right now, is all the corruption, mistruth, lack of integrity, those that take from others, the betrayals, and then, the accountabilities that never get resolved. And those are the scars, those are the wounds that cause great traumas that you're going to have to clear, and the karma that's going to have to be cleared, made right. So that's a part of your story. You don't want to damn it. You don't want to shoo it away. No, it was really purposeful. All those times that people counted you out and you got back up and you did your video and you shared your light. That's you. That's you hanging in there. That's you getting up and saying, if I can do it, you can. I know how many times I wanted to check out. I can't tell you the number of times I wanted to check out. And my team just said, hang in there. You got this. You got this. Get up. Get up. You're light. You're light. We love you. We love you. We'll bathe you with light. And then that energy passes. And then you see, wow, I really learned from that. Because, wow, look at these skills and gifts Mother, Father just gave me. I could just see through things. And then my gift got activated because I handled that in the right way. I went within and I gave others compassion and I sent them light. No matter how much I'm hurting, I'll still send light. You have your moments where you swear and you just flip off. You know, you're only human. And you just come back to center and you say, sorry, Spirit, I'm learning the best I can. I'm placing it all on the table before you. And this is what's called your summation. So this is what you can do. Every new moon, create a summation. Because your new moon is your new cycle. Your new cycle is based on what did you learn from the last cycle? How did you integrate the energies and the lessons from your soul? Then you're starting a new cycle right now. So create a summation. What would I like to experience, explore, and express? What would I like this new cycle to be a part? Because I'm refining who I am. I'm going to step up to that new level. I'm going to make sure that I'm absolutely speaking my truth. If there's anything that's going on in my environment, I'm actually going to call it like I see it. And if anybody doesn't like it, then they can shift on out. Because that is the experience of how we are refining. Everybody's got to take part. Everybody's got to play a part in the light. Everybody's got to take part. You've got to take part in the light if you want to be in the light. You can't keep playing corruption to those that are really trying to make change on this planet. Because Spirit will call you on it. And you'll have tower moment after tower moment. Until you absolutely see that your choices are harming others. And so again, whatever you send out is coming back to you. Whatever has been sent out is going to come back. That's just the law of one, the law of the circle, the law of one, the law of the circle. So as we said in our Facebook post, anything that has been done in those old energies of control over others, we're all healing the collective suppression, collective double standards, collective corruption, so that we can pull it all up, untangle it all, and then face it. And every single one of us at every single level, whether it's a relationship, work, physical health, physical wellness, anything else, how have you suppressed yourself? What is your relationship with Spirit? What is your relationship with your true empowerment to guide yourself back into something great, powerful, profound? What's your relationship when you say no, it means no, and set standards and boundaries so that nobody crosses you? You got to set those boundaries, and sometimes you got to learn the hard way. It's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's really hard. And sometimes people will take as much out of you as they can, because that's just their soul's lesson, and yours to just stand up and say enough is enough. And Spirit will call in the highest heavens to help and support you and clear the way for you. Spirit sees and knows all. Every thought going through every person's head, Spirit sees it. Spirit knows what's going on. And as you become greater light and you activate in your fields and you're activating all your gifts, you'll see things coming 10 miles before it happens. That you tapped in, turned on to who you are. You got a relationship with you now. And you're going to nourish it, and you're going to value it, and you're going to nurture it. And you're going to allow those that are willing to nurture you at that same level. And it will have nothing to do about conditions. You know, you must give to me to get this. You must give to me to get that. No, it's unconditional. And everybody has an equal part, or not. And you'll have to set those standards and what feels good for you. But that's how you get to know yourself, right? Setting your own boundaries and standards, and what is your value on how you're treated, how you're nourished, what are you given, what are you allowing yourself to move up into? So that's everybody's own unique path and journey, but that's that's the only way that you create that self-empowerment, and you direct your life. It's a self-directed life with Spirit. You're co-creating with Spirit at that point. You're absolutely awake. And any decision that's offered for you and to you and from you, you absolutely say, I will confer with my highest guidance. That's my highest counsel, and nobody will sway me on it. And Spirit will tell you, are you, if you want to sign this, you absolutely know you're worth more. And Spirit will show you, and then you go back to the table and negotiate, because Spirit will say, absolutely, they know what's going on in the greater good. They know what's going on. And then you sense it within yourself. What is my worth? What do I want to ask a little bit more for this? Because I absolutely know that there's infinite wisdom and idea that's coming from me. Spirit will give everyone in their destiny based on all of the timelines they've had, what they've experienced in their timelines, and again, the karma that they've come with to clear, how they've treated people in this lifetime, and how they've created that pure intention to change. If that pure intention to change is not there, then Spirit and the higher self and the soul in and of itself will not allow that soul to continue to go forward. They must learn the lessons, because they can't continue on a path of ascension if they are continuing to do harm to others through their choices. You've got to learn the lesson. You've got to sort it out and clear those energies within you that are creating those lessons of devalue and greed and control. And that's why those energies in our collective are coming up for everyone to suss out. And why everything that's going on in anyone's circle or house, call it as it is. Suss it out, work it out. And there has to be an equal partnership for everyone to take part. Who's going to take part in helping this house run as a beautiful environment of safety and health and happiness? Everyone has a part. So you got to suss out what's right for you and where is everybody going to fit. And they have their free will too. And you might just have people challenging because they don't want this new change because it's more work for them because you used to do it all. And you're saying, well, you've got to get out in the world. You've got to at some point get your own apartment. How are you going to manage if you've not shown anything or given your own resiliency? So it allows everybody to step up to a new level of becoming. So you got to call it like it is, as hard as it is for some people to hear. They got to go through that healing process, right? If you're not willing to speak the truth of what's going on, they can't face their own experiences that need healing. And yours too, right? Because it's all a reflection. What was my relationship with me? Why did I allow that to occur? How can I step up and refine myself for who I am? And how can I be that higher standard of me? Because that is the one that I want to present to creation, as the mother showed me. That you're here to shine your light, and you are a representation of the heavens. So represent the heavens. In speech and thought and word and deed, stand in the power of who you are as a queen. And then you get into your reality of your routine, and everybody is showing you that you're less than that, and you don't amount to anything. And you're saying, but the mother says I'm a queen. So when I come back to this reality, it tells me I'm nothing. So then you've got to reorient yourself into who you truly are based on your highest guidance of the heavens. You are always perfect. Every single person on this planet is perfect. But we come into these systems of such lack and degradation and demeaning, belittling. That's not who we are. We are masters from the heavens. So start stepping up. Step up. Allow yourself to be the love of who you are that you came to and you are now remembering yourself as. And anytime those emotions come up, just allow it. I allow myself to feel these emotions. They're not comfortable. I'm going to own it. I'm going to be one with it. And I'm going to be more of who I am. And I get to refine myself. I get to redefine myself. I get to rewrite myself because I am. That's who the mother and the father have shown me I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I will heal thy name. And so too is all of creation healed in that. And I shine my light for you. And that is the collective ripple of who we are as light. And we thank you, dear lighted ones. We hope you enjoyed those tips of how to raise your vibration really quickly throughout your day. Make a list of 5 or 6 things that you can, is your go-to list of raising your vibration to entrain that new vibration of the infinity. You're releasing what was, you get to reflect and refine, and you're stepping into what can be. Remember, it's your intention, your focus, and your direction. Keep directing into higher vibrational potentials. Then you're directing your body and your ship and your field into those experiences. And that's how you co-create the new reality. And allow yourself to forgive and let go and have compassion for everybody in between, because everyone is on their own unique path, and they might be only seeing part of the story, they might be seeing the whole story. So just be passionate and compassionate for where everyone is at and how much they're able to see and process, and just be loving and honoring, but also set your standards for what feels good for you. And never allow yourself to feel small and less than, because that's how others used to feel comfortable and having you feel, you know, but you don't have to internalize any of that anymore because you know the story, you know the vibrations in which those things are played in, and you can let it go. And give yourself permission to also stand in your power and honor those stories, and honor yourself with compassion and love for any closures that you did not receive, for any any healing or love that you didn't receive. And so we're going to do another session on how to receive love from yourself, because so many have gone through so many eons of not getting unconditional love. And it's really about entraining it to give to yourself. That's the nourishment of yourself. I really love myself unconditionally, and I shouldn't have been treated that way. And I'm never going to be in a relationship in like that again. I will never compromise myself, and just give love back to yourself. Give love to your nourishment, give love to your body, give love to your emotions, and just journal it out so that you don't reach out to resolve what's going on within you. Okay? You don't have to reach out for a drink. You don't have to reach out for anything. Just go back within, and I love myself, I honor myself, and I'm just going to work through these emotions because I'm worthy of it. And we know that you can. We absolutely do. So return to these videos that help you feel inspired and empowered to know that you can work through anything that you're facing. And we love you so much, dear loved ones. Namaste. Bye. We love you.